Good morning, and welcome to episode number 3 of the Caravan Renovation series. In this episode, I'm going to be working on replacing parts of the floor that are rotten. Now, most of the caravan's actually rotten. The walls, the ceiling. Let me show you guys the parts that are rotten and how I'm going to fix them. Okay, so the parts that are going to be replaced are this whole panel at the back, and where the kitchen and the toilet were. It's also close to the door, so if you can see the line of the panel just there. So that's where I'm going to be cutting it through. It's going to be easier, and just take the whole panel off and replace it. Also, I'm going to be taking this part off as well near that wheel arch. So cut in from the wheel arch over to where the panel is, like an L shape, and put that all in one piece. And then also over here, this is where the water heater was and the box for the battery was. So I'm going to be cutting this part out as well, probably all the way up to the wheel arch, and making that piece more stable as well. I will have the help of my dad today. He's going to pop over and we are going to chop up the floor. Gas put it off. So we have cut it out, and we've also cut out a piece to go in there. So I will show you that now. There is the piece that's cut out. All right, so fits in. Okay, let me show you guys what I'm going to have to be doing with the floors. So this piece was cut out from the bulkhead, and it gives a good representation of what's going to have to get done to the floors. So as you can see, there are 3 different layers. First is plywood, which is about 3 to 4 mil. Then we have the frame and the insulation, and then it's going to be topped with another piece of 3 to 4 mil ply. It's like a sandwich basically, and they all get glued together. This is what's going to have to get done to the floor. See in here? So I'm going to have to take out 1.5 inches of that styrofoam all the way around and all the way over there. And the reason being is that when I take some styrofoam out of there, there's going to be a piece of wood that's going to go in there, and it's going to be the same width as that. And we're going to put it in there 1.5 inches, and it's going to hang out 1.5 inches. So that means we're going to use that as part of the framing for the floor that's going in here. And the same with the other part in the other corner behind the piece of wood there. And it looks like a proper building site. A proper builder. Good morning. It's the next day. Yesterday wasn't as productive as I would have liked it to be. Done some measurements, went to get supplies, came back with the timber, wrong measurements. Trying to cut this out with my dad proved a little bit more tricky than we expected it to be and took a little longer. So yeah, yesterday wasn't a great day, but you can't always have great days. But the sun is out, and today's going to be a great day. I'm going to get loads done. I have a list. Let's get cracking. Alrighty, folks. I'm going to cut on the seam here where the board meets the other board. Makes it easier. I'm going to draw a line all the way down to the other one down here. And the issue we had yesterday mainly was with the big bolts that are in the connect to the chassis. So hopefully I can get them out today quicker than yesterday. Let's see. I also need to measure underneath here to see where the chassis is and if there's any cables or anything that I need to remove from underneath so I don't chop anything. I'm going to do that right now. Pretty much taken out in pieces because the chassis is going that way straight and it goes diagonal and it goes straight again, so it's a bit harder. It is more rotten, but it is harder just to figure exactly where I'm going because it's a bit of a maze down there. This is what I prepared yesterday. I'm gonna trace around this and then get the jigsaw and cut it. Let's go test it. Oh, yes. Bloody winner. That fits perfectly. That was a good cut then, wasn't it? Very happy with that. Sweet. Good morning, wonderful people. It's the next day. The sun is absolutely splitting the trees. I'm in shorts in Ireland. Madness. So on today's agenda is the floor. I got a lot of stuff done yesterday in preparation for this. So yesterday was a good productive day. So without further ado, let's get cracking.
43, don't you?
Yep.
43. Sure that now?
Yep. Solid as a rock. Righty, the floor is half done, this part. Yes, I didn't record much of it because my dad's not keen on being filmed, so it's fine. What I've learned from doing this one, I'm going to show you on that part. At the moment, it's pretty sturdy. It's good, and I'm very happy. Finish off this with the installation and the sheet apply, and then start on that one. I also need to paint underneath on the underside of it to seal it up a little bit. So yeah, it's good. I'm not doing that with every single one. I need a better system. Might have to just bring it into the garden and then I'll slice down the middle of it with the saw. I'll clamp it to something to make it easier because that's ridiculous. You know, it's blown away. Let me clean it first and then. Nah, not doing that with all of them. It can be a little tricky working in confined spaces, which I'm learning. But insulation's cut, board going down, and then that floor's pretty much nearly done. I have to then bolt it, screw it on, and then bolt it onto the chassis. And then I've got myself a little list here that I need to get done today. There we go, people. One part of the floor is done. Very happy with that. Now this one. So what I learned over there from doing that, I'm going to put into practice here. Just show me once and I'll sort it out the next time. Let's get cracking. Just cut this piece. Let's see if it fits in. Oh, beautiful. Like a glove, just to give some more support to that one and to this area here. I'm very happy. Last day on the floor part. Gonna get the measurements for the insulation, cut the insulation, and then put this top on, screw it in, and then the floor is done. Insulation is in. Alrighty, there we go. Floor is in, bolt is in. Over the course of this episode, I've spent the following: €5.84 on some nuts and bolts, $53.33 on underfloor insulation, $24.40 on 2 sheets of 3mm ply, and $17.89 on Evo stick glue with the skeleton gun. All up for this week's episode, that comes to a grand total of €101.46. For the running total overall for this build so far, the figure is €2,184. €102.92. That's a wrap on episode 3. The floors are in, they're looking lovely, they're feeling great, and I'm really happy with the results, to be completely honest with you. I'm learning and it feels good, but I can't rest on my laurels because next week we have to tackle the walls. And to put it simply, how we're going to go about that is we're going to cut out the rot, we're going to replace the timber framing, and then we're going to work our way along from the bottom half to the top, and then going to repeat that on this side. So that's all in store for next week's episode. Hopefully we can get that all done. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, because there's plenty more to come in this Caravan renovation series. Thanks for watching. See you next week.